There are dire warnings that New South Wales will be hit by increasingly extreme weather.
2015 was the hottest year since climate records began.
Figures show this July was the single hottest month in recorded history.
Australia sweltered through its hottest spring on record.
Climate change is now affecting every country on every continent.
It's the rate that's of great concern.
And what do you put that rate down to?
Oh, it's human activity.
We have everything we need. Some still doubt that we have the will to act, but I say the will to act is itself a renewable resource.
So do we want to do the new format with the coordinator update? Do we want to go through? Yeah, let's do it. All right, and I'll grab this mic.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Good to see some new faces coming along to the collective meeting. And ordinarily we're meeting upstairs in the campaigner space, but FO is just absolutely pumping at the moment, and we've got the Sustainable Cities Collective meeting occurring. Pardon me. Can you edit that one? And we've also got the Economic Justice Collective meeting now. So yeah, FO's cranking, and we are cranking too, which is really cool. So just as a bit of an overview for the new folk, so the Act on Climate Collective emerged to kind of solve a very obvious problem. Like, we've won campaigns that have had huge benefit for the climate. Like, we've banned fracking in Victoria, which is incredible. It's a national first. And we've got a really awesome renewable energy target in place. And both of those victories were achieved with strong community support. But climate change wasn't like the front and centre rationale for those outcomes. So the Act on Climate Collective, what we're trying to do is, can we win a campaign where, you know, the problem is climate change and the solution is to do something about it? And if we can actually do that, that is a significant step forward. I mean, we're getting started in Victoria. We've had a federal government putting the handbrake on climate action since 2013. But in Victoria, we have seen some progress. We've managed to strengthen the state's Climate Change Act and get a zero emissions target enshrined in law. We've got a renewable energy target and a fracking ban. And what we're trying to do is get Daniel Andrews and the Labor government to take more steps forward. And the concept is, every year there's a budget, and the state government has $60 billion plus to play with. And every budget cycle, there's going to be the key pillars of investing in healthcare and, you know, education and infrastructure. And what we're trying to do is get climate change elevated as one of those priorities. And, you know, 2018, it's an election year here in Victoria. What's the date today? So tomorrow Wednesday will be a month out from the election. So we are 4 weeks from polling day in Victoria. And what we've been trying to do is get a commitment from the political parties to invest in climate action. And the Greens, at the moment, they've got the best position because they've agreed to fight for a climate budget. So having a budget that's focused on dealing with climate change and investing in things that cut emissions and protect people from impacts. But as like a stepping stone for Labor and the other parties, we've kind of put this thing on the table, a Victorian Climate Change Action Fund, and it would be like $100 million. Communities could access that pot of money and do whatever they wanted with it. And we know that communities are already benefiting from state government investment at the moment. So over the last few weeks, we've had like a series of proactive kind of front foot moves to push that debate forward. We had an event in Ararat in one of the most marginal electorates in the state, Ripon, and we had the Minister for Climate Change speak at that event. And, you know, we had this amazing forum with 100 people in attendance. We got to make the case for a climate action fund in front of the Minister. So, you know, she's kind of heard our call, but we do need to keep on pushing Labor to actually champion that. We've had Walk This Way, a FO event where we walked 15 kilometres along the Bayside communities and saw some sites that are impacted by climate change. And that kind of culminated in Albert Park, which is another marginal seat. So we're trying to get these high-profile politicians endorsing the idea. And in terms of accountability, the Liberal opposition and Matthew Guy, even though we're 4 weeks away from an election, they still haven't put forward a plan to deal with climate change. So at the moment, it's like you've had enough chances and we are going to be publicly holding you to account and ridiculing you and humiliating you for that decision. Over the next few weeks, we're very much in this kind of rapid response, run around like a headless chicken mode. So it's full on, like, even as a campaigner, like the way that I feel about it at the moment, it's totally different. Like before it was like relaxed and just slowly getting stuff done. But at the moment it's like, shit. There's a candidates forum there. How do we get there in time? How do we email our people? And how do we just kind of scramble? So yeah, it's a very kind of adrenaline charged period of the campaign. So yeah, to the new people, good to have some new people on deck, because a campaign that's bringing new people on board is a campaign that will win. Grassroots campaigns, it takes more and more community members to get on board to achieve victories. And so thanks for coming along. And then, look, it's 4 weeks of chaos ahead, but it's going to be fun. And we do have some exciting little stunts planned. So I'll just leave it at that as the kind of broad overview.
The Climactic Collective.